Hey guys, it's Gary back with another one for you. This week's an incredible podcast, one of the most fun podcasts I've ever recorded. I got to spend a day, an afternoon with a Major League Baseball player, former Baltimore Oriole, turned real estate agent, Tyler Wilson. Tyler played for the University of Virginia, was many great games right over here against the Gamecocks. After graduating from the Virginia, he was drafted by the Baltimore Orioles, went to play baseball at the absolute highest level in the professional major leagues. Becoming a major league pitcher is one of the most difficult things to do in any sport. Was there for 6 years, won the Jim Palmer Award, and after 6 years in the major leagues, finished his career up in South Korea for another 4 years. And so Tyler now has left baseball, and he's now become a real estate agent. And what we're going to talk about this week in this podcast is we talk about the mindset, the goal setting, the dealing with disappointment, the dealing with failure, the ability to pivot, the ability to focus intently on what he needs to focus on and not to be distracted by the other noises out there, the work-life balance, a lot of great things that he had to master as a highest level of professional athlete to be successful as a highest level athlete. He had to perfect these skill sets, and now he's brought those into the business world and still operates as a real estate agent using these same skill sets, developing the mindset of what he needs to do, setting the goals, following through with those goals, having routines, and all that stuff. So I guarantee if you listen to this week's podcast, as a real estate agent, you will grow tremendously. You'll understand about getting the right mindset for the business, understanding goal setting, just dealing with disappointment, dealing with failure. He really has great information. In fact, I'm going to have my son listen to it as a student. I just think every kid should listen to this podcast because you can get a lot out of this podcast. It's going to be really good. And as a bonus, I got to spend 15 minutes with him afterwards asking all the questions about Major League Baseball I wanted. And so this week we have a podcast on mindset and then a separate podcast as a bonus podcast for 15 minutes on Major League Baseball, who the hardest player to get out was for him, who the best player he ever saw play, his favorite stadium, the worst stadium to play baseball in, what team he wished he had been drafted by, who he thinks is going to win the World Series, and so forth. So a lot of great, fun baseball stuff. So if you're a baseball nut like me, I've been to 22 of the 30 stadiums. I live and die by the Atlanta Braves. Unfortunately, I feel like I'm dying right now with the Braves. I'm not playing very well. But great baseball interview just to really hear what it's like to play in major leagues and just get some really quick questions. So hope you enjoy this week's podcast. It's going to be on mindset. So take a listen to that. And after you listen to that, listen to one on the Major League Baseball, which will come with that one as well. So y'all have a great weekend and look forward to seeing you back here next week for another podcast.